Supporters of reincarnation believe that physical death is not the end. Only the body dies, while the soul can return to Earth countless times. With each incarnation, the soul gains more experience and wisdom, reaching enlightenment. Despite human age, souls vary: young, mature, old. There is no single algorithm to calculate how many incarnations a soul has undergone, but there are signs that can indicate its age. If from early childhood you felt you didn't belong to this world, or were considered a strange child, had few friends, or displayed behavior more suited to wise adults than children, you are likely a bearer of an old soul. People with an old soul also enjoy solitude, preferring it to noisy games with peers, seeking seclusion and contemplation. From a young age, you may have shown firmness in your beliefs, spoken truthfully, and made independent decisions that you believed were best for you, regardless of adult opinion. If you often experience déjà vu, have recurring dreams, feel others' emotions deeply, show compassion, then your soul has likely lived more than one life. How can one recognize an old soul? It's important to clarify that old doesn't refer to age-related symptoms. An old soul has had multiple incarnations on Earth or possibly other planes of existence, achieving significant spiritual progress through numerous challenges and suffering, gaining experience and wisdom to solve life's problems. It's from these many earthly lives that a soul earns the designation old. All knowledge and wisdom acquired over hundreds, perhaps thousands of incarnations, remain untouched in the subconscious and continue to surface in new incarnations. Thus, external appearances may deceive others. Behind an unremarkable personality of someone with an old soul lies wisdom, centuries of experience, and considerable intellect. In essence, an old soul is a genuine and irreplaceable player in the game of earthly life. Compared to an old soul, a young, inexperienced soul, having few incarnations in this world, lacks sufficient knowledge to understand all aspects of earthly incarnations. They must overcome many obstacles such as temptations, carnal pleasures, and material desires before learning self-control. So, if someone tells you that you act like an old person, it simply means you are wiser and more knowledgeable than your peers. Take it as a compliment. Signs of an old soul. 1. Love for home. A person with an old soul abhors violence but loves their home and the entire world. They detest brutality, murder, and injustice. This is the primary sign of an old soul. The noise, chaos, and confusion of the external world cause pain to an old soul. Essentially a homebody, they prefer being in their own world with their own energy. For them, there's no place cozier than their own home. Being in their home makes them feel more rested and protected than anywhere else. 2. Simplicity and ease. An old soul's concept of happiness doesn't revolve around glamour and glitz. They find joy in simple things and everyday events. Happiness and wealth for an old soul might be treating themselves to a cup of hot coffee and a buttered bun on a rainy, overcast day. Or sitting on the couch with a favorite book or standing by the window, admiring the beauty of natural phenomena. 3. Solitude. Old souls are usually loners. They don't need to make many friends. They don't need them. An old soul carefully chooses their circle, rarely letting anyone get too close. They only engage with those who are sincere and open. A caring and loving old soul finds it dull to be with people who engage in empty chatter and have nothing substantial to discuss. Gossip and empty conversations exhaust and deplete an old soul, draining not only their physical energy but also their mind. The consequence of such time spent is that the bearer of an old soul feels shattered and exhausted. Communication with overly noisy people leaves them with headaches and intense irritation. 4. Own path. An old soul always avoids crowded places and only walks their own path. They prefer to walk alone, paving their own way. Doubts, other people's opinions, and fears of the unknown ahead don't affect an old soul on their path to light. The bearer of an old soul is their own master of principles and beliefs. Based on their inner conviction, such a soul can quickly move forward without looking back or retreating. 5. Resilience and strength. Pain only slows down development. Therefore, an old soul is resilient and strong, unaffected by life storms and upheavals. They manage any life problems with calm acceptance, resilience, inner strength, and responsibility. An old soul never complains about fate, blaming others for their failures and problems. They know that difficulties are not meant to stay with them forever. They will disappear from life as soon as the lesson is learned and the goal is achieved. 6. Altruism. Altruism is a classic sign of an old soul, embodying kindness, care, and wisdom. People who come to an old soul for help always receive it, leaving with peace, comfort, healing, and understanding of the problem they sought help with. Even in childhood, an old soul begins to show wisdom and maturity uncommon for their age. The desire to selflessly serve and help those in need, love, kindness, and compassion occupy a special place in the heart of an old soul. Many old souls choose professions related to helping those in need, such as teachers, mentors, doctors, volunteers, social workers, philanthropists, healers. Charitable organizations and social institutions are the extended hand of God, bringing faith, hope, love, and comfort to those living in darkness, grief, and hopelessness. People engaged in such difficult and heavy work are born to spread joy and happiness in the world they currently live in. 7. Strong intuition. An old soul's intuition is highly developed. It never fails them when quick, correct decisions need to be made. Many times in life, inner instincts have saved the bearer of an old soul from impending danger. Deep within, a strong premonition arises before a tragic event occurs. 8. Harmony with nature. An old soul feels a strong primal connection with nature and all living beings, also believing in the existence of mythical creatures with childlike naivety. An old soul prefers to relax in nature, work in the garden, take walks in the forest, or sit among trees. If you find a strong attraction to nature in yourself, then your soul has experienced more than one incarnation. And the older the soul, the more enjoyment it derives from being in the woods, by the lake, or in the mountains, far from civilization. 9. Philosophical approach to life. An old soul's perception of life is highly philosophical. They are not those who give up or shrink from difficulties. Mistakes and failures are merely steps on the path to progress and development, not reasons for suffering and self-flagellation. An old soul sees their mistakes as guidance to correct their flaws for the sake of improvement and purification. Disappointments and heartache cannot keep them in ignorance and torment. Their optimism gives them confidence and motivation to return to active action to meet life with new strength and enthusiasm, face to face, so to speak. 10. Understanding of higher knowledge. An old soul can easily assimilate higher knowledge with great ease and clarity. All the information reaching them in this life is not new. Somehow, everything seems familiar from the beginning, and what they hear, see, and receive merely refreshes their memory. An old soul not only learns well but also brilliantly teaches others. 11. Calm attitude towards the transience of being. An old soul doesn't argue for the sake of argument, they don't seek to prove anything to anyone. They are phenomenally calm. Despite the fact that many fear the unknown, unexpected changes, dreadful diseases, and death, an old soul understands that everything in this world is temporary. They know that even in the worst-case scenario, the end of the story won't come. After all, even death doesn't mean the end of everything. Old souls are those who have experienced many incarnations and have repeatedly been reborn in different forms. The older the soul, regardless of physical age, the more its bearer stands out from the crowd and attracts universal attention. Thank you for exploring yourself and the universe with me. Trust yourself, listen to your heart, and move forward with confidence and tranquility. Like and share this video with friends if you found it helpful. Until we meet again on my channel, where we will continue to explore the mysteries of spiritual development and growth. Goodbye, and may light and wisdom always accompany you on your journey.